In Antarctica, you either freeze or something far worse finds you first. And when the ship you're looking for is named McCready, you know this isn't going to end well.
I'm full of surprises today, Captain. As I suspect, you're aware. We sent teams to investigate Area 12 in West Virginia. However, now the facility is in full lockdown. Nobody can get in or out. Lost a lot of people. But I have eyes inside. My team has discovered evidence of a large Foundation plot, all connected to biological weapons testing at NSIS-4. Something called the Vector Program. Uploading details now.
A blizzard, a distant flickering light, the howling wind drowning out every other sound. You follow the rope, barely visible through the storm. It's the only thing keeping you from getting completely lost in this frozen hell. The moment I saw the little snowcats parked outside, I knew this was deliberate. Everything about this intro feels like a homage to the thing. Isolated Antarctic research bases, eerie silence, and that constant paranoia that something isn't right. And then there's the name of our transport ship, the NS McCready. Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. Right away, the sound design pulls you in. The wind howls outside, the bass creaks under pressure, and somewhere in the distance, something shifts in the darkness. You don't know what it is, but you know it's there. Visually, SCP 5K is fantastic. The lighting, the environmental detail, even the simple way shadows move, all of it builds this ominous feeling that you're not alone. But I do wish there was more environmental interaction, more things to open, move, or manipulate, just to make that world feel more alive. This isn't just a reskin or a minor update. This is a completely new map build, and it feels different. Bigger, colder, more abandoned. You're getting your towering silos, darkened watchtowers, big warehouses, icy roads buried beneath fresh snowfall. The most unnerving part, though, is the quietness, even though you have the wind howling. You'd usually expect chaos, but here there's nothing. No alarms, no gunfire, just the wind and the feeling that something is watching you. At first it's just glimpses, a silhouette through the snow, a frozen body, a shadow behind the window. Then something disappears the second you look at it. That's what makes it terrifying. You don't even know what you're up against yet. And then the doors open and suddenly they're here. It's no build-up now, it's just survival. Heavy guns, precise, every shot needs to count, go for the head. When these things charge, hesitation will get you killed. We were sent in to find answers. The HQ wanted evidence, something concrete about what happened here. But when we found the entrance to the hospital facility, there was no facility anymore. The structure was still there, buried inside this thing. It wasn't a hospital anymore. It was part of something bigger, something alive. The deeper we went, the worse it got. This wasn't just some overgrowth. It was absorbing the entire base. Walls moved, tunnels shifted, and every few steps, you'd feel that the place was breathing. And then the worst part, it wasn't just the base that got absorbed. People were still there, or monsters. This is where the game forces you to play differently. You're not just clearing rooms, you're working your way through a living, hostile environment. Movement is tight, the air feels thick, it's very claustrophobic, and there's nowhere to fall back to if things go wrong. The map is clever. There's open spaces where you're fighting hordes of AI. There's warehouses where you're trapped holding back the monsters. And then there's this. There's walking through the entrails of a living, breathing hospital. The environment itself is the threat. The fleshy mass covering the base isn't just decoration. It blocks exits, changing how you move, and at times it feels like it's guiding you into a trap. There's no fallback position. The game strips away escape routes, meaning every room you enter might be the one where you have to make your last stand. Then there's the combat. It's not just about speed. It's very much about precision. Enemies don't just charge blindly, they close the distance fast and they make you commit every shot. Every weapon feels heavy, every shot carries weight, and you've got limited ammo. You've got limited spawn points for ammo as well, so it also adds that extra risk to you that you can't waste the bullets. You can't backpedal. You have to give controlling fire. For me, this map in parts gives me serious GTFO vibes. It's slow, methodical, and the second you mess up, everything goes to hell. But what sets SCP-5K apart is it just doesn't rely on that co-op tension. It fully leans into the Thing-inspired horror. That feeling of being watched never quite goes away. Even when it's quiet and empty, you feel like the monsters are just hiding. They're waiting to run at you. SCP-5K is shaping up into one of the most immersive tactical horror FPS games out there. This update expands the game with a new Antarctic map, improved horror pacing, and refined gunplay. But as expected in early access, there's still some issues that need to be ironed out. The gunplay feels great, every weapon has weight, and every shot counts. And while I didn't talk about it much, the attachment system still works as intended. This isn't a run and gun shooter. It forces you to be tactical, conserve ammo, and pick your fights wisely. And for me, the horror is also on point. The environment tells its own story. This isn't just an abandoned base, it's been absorbed into something alive. The walls pulse, the structures are overtaken, and the deeper you go, the worse it gets. And then there's the enemy. They don't just rush you, they stalk you, they lurk in the darkness, and they force you to stay on edge. When they attack, it's fast, aggressive, and overwhelming, and the game keeps you constantly checking your surroundings. If you get too comfortable, you won't see the next attack coming. So there's stuff that still needs work. I found issues with mantling, there were some glitches where I fell through the floor. Some of the rendering of the players didn't work as well as it could have done. I also played on the wave mode. That was excellent. But again, there were some glitches. There were some AI model glitches. There were some spawn glitches. But all in all, it was fun. It was fast. It was frenetic. It was really enjoyable. For me, playing this game, I certainly felt there was a homage to The Thing. While I'm not saying it's an outright copy, it felt more like a bit of a love letter. The McCready reference, the rope lights in the storm, the little bobcats, the dog-like creatures, even the aliens themselves. And then at the end, I don't want to spoil it, but what is it? UFO, energy weapon, something else? Is this an intentional reference to The Thing, or is it just a coincidence? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. SCP-5K is still in early access, but it's already shaping up to be one of the best tactical horror shooters out there. If the devs keep improving it, it could be something special. Huge shout out to the Caliber Collective for hooking me up with this playtest, and a massive thanks to the team behind SCP-5K, Afraid Interactive, for letting me jump into the latest build. It's always great to see developers actively improving their games and engaging with the community. If you want to keep up on SCP-5K's progress, check out their official pages. Steam links are in the description. As always, my usual links are down below for Delta Fuse and my community. If you enjoy FPS shooters, extraction games, tactical horror, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more content. And also check out the Caliber Collective. I've shared their details in my description as well. Until next time, stay safe, watch your corners. Bye.
I will keep you there into the dark. I cannot see. I wonder what will come of me. Into the dark side of belief, I'll see you there.